Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Young here, and today I'm back in our Fortnite video. And in today's video, I'm going to be going over the best exponential settings to use in this game when it comes to building, aiming, and everything in between. I've done quite a few of linear settings videos, and I wanted to make an updated exponential settings for those of you guys who use exponential settings, or if you guys are looking for a change, if you guys are looking to go from linear to exponential. I think these settings are the very best for exponential players. So if you guys are looking for the best settings to use for exponential, definitely stay to the end of the video because these settings are very good. And real quick, before I get into the video, up on the screen I have the V-Buck giveaway winner of this week. I give away 2,000 V-Bucks every single Friday. So if you guys want to take part in the next giveaway and win some free V-Bucks, all you guys have to do to enter, drop a like on this video. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys do turn on post notifications so you guys get notified for every single new video and when I announce the winners. And lastly, leave a comment down below of either your Xbox gamer tag, your PSN gamer tag, or Epic account, and you guys will be automatically entered into the next giveaway. And lastly, make sure you guys do add me in the item shop. All you guys have to do is go down to the bottom right, click on support a creator, type in creator code YoungHumor, which is my code, and you guys will have me added and supported as a creator in the item shop. And alright guys, let's go right to the video. Alright, so in this video, I wanted to be giving you guys the best exponential settings to use in this game, because over the last couple weeks, they've made just so many changes to aim assist. They nerfed it on PC to what it was on console, then they nerfed the close range and long range. I think they also added another nerf the other day. They keep nerfing aim assist, they keep changing it up. So these settings, I feel like, are the best, are the very best after all the changes that have been made to just aim assist and the settings in general. So going into my settings, the exponential settings I'd recommend for you guys to use. First of all, always recommend having vibration off. If you have this setting on, it really does add a lot of inconsistency. So if you guys don't already have this setting off, definitely turn it off. I highly recommend doing so. But going down into my sensitivities that I have, now for my building and editing, I recommend two different ones. So I really like the 2.3, 2.4. I always recommend playing on a high building and editing sensitivity. I actually do like a 2.3, 2.4, but I also do like a 2.4 and a 2.5. The reason why that I really like having a high building and editing sensitivity is just going to be for the simple reason of, especially, I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to this too, getting third-partied in-game. The reason why you want to have a high building sensitivity specifically is going to be because if you get third-partied, if you get shot in the back or the side, you're able to box up, you're able to build around your sides very quickly, and you can protect yourself and not take an excessive amount of damage. So a high building sensitivity, I feel like, is necessary for the majority of players. Some of you guys can get away on maybe like a medium, but you definitely want to be towards the higher end of building sensitivity. I think the same could be said with editing, and the reason for editing is just so you can make a lot of quick edits. You can be very fast, but obviously you want to have a good balance, because if your sensitivity is just way too high for building and editing, you're going to have no control. You're going to be building and editing all over the place, and if you have too high of a building sensitivity, what can happen is you're going to be accidentally placing a lot more of your builds. You're going to be wasting a lot of materials, and this can cost you a lot of games because you're going to be constantly burning through an excessive amount of materials when you really don't need to, and you're just accidentally placing builds because that really high building sensitivity can be very hard to control. So I do recommend playing a high building and editing sense, but if you go too high, you're going to be misplacing your builds, you're going to be overcorrecting your edits, and you're not going to be as consistent as you would maybe on like a medium sense. So you really got to find the good balance for you. I recommend for these settings to be on that 2.3, 2.4, or maybe a 2.4, 2.5 area. I really do like that. I think that's very good. So going down into my horizontal and vertical speed, I play on a 49%. Now one of the changes they made recently is going to be a slight nerf on close range aim assist, meaning that you probably want to be towards the lower, I would say medium to lower end on sensitivity, because if they nerf so say for example if they nerf any sort of thing for aim, my go-to is always to lower my sensitivity, because lowering your sensitivity gives you more control. So that's why I like a 49%. I would say a little bit in the medium. It's not necessarily too low, but it's not too high. But say for example, you guys play on a high sensitivity, so you guys play on like a 60 or 70% X and Y sensitivity. Because they nerfed close range aim assist, I would recommend turning down your sensitivity 2 to 3 points. So if you play a 65, I would recommend lowering it down to maybe a 62 or 63, and that goes for any settings. I recommend playing about a 49%, but if you guys like the higher sensitivity settings, just because they made a slight nerf to close range, I would recommend turning down your X and Y sensitivity 2 to 3 points to kind of make up the difference for the lack of control that you would have and the lack of pull that you would normally get with your aim assist. So that's what I would recommend doing as far as your horizontal speed and vertical speed. Now, when it comes to your ADS sensitivity, I recommend about 14%. I do plan a little bit higher than I normally would on linear settings because you have way more control and you have better. Yeah, you really just have more control when it comes to those small analog stick adjustments when you play on exponential settings, which is the main reason why a lot of people play on it, because you just definitely have a lot more control when it comes to hitting your shots, aiming down sights. So if you're one of those players who likes to be kind of like an anchor, you like to sit back a little bit more and maybe play the more passive role for your team with the assault rifle, I think exponential settings is going to be the go-to settings for you. And the reason why I played on a 14% for my aim down sight sensitivity, because I do like aim down sights on the low end. But the thing is, if you go too low, it's going to be problematic if someone's, say, close to you and you're trying to ADS with the SMG and you have to move your crosshair over more, so you don't want to play on too low. I think 14% is a good bounce. So going into the last couple of settings, I have no look damping time. I think look damping time could be good if you feel like you struggle with long range aim, but because of the buff that they added to long range aim assist, I feel like it's not needed. If you do like the setting, by all means keep it on, but I feel like it's not as necessary as it was maybe a couple weeks ago. So as far as my dead zones, I play any 10% for my move stick dead zone and a 9% for my look stick dead zone. You want to play on as low dead zones as you can without having any major stick drift problems. And for whatever reason, when I had my PS4 controller, I was able to play on the lowest dead zones possible, but on my Xbox controller, I'm only able to play as low as maybe 9%. I don't know why that's the case, but that's just how it is for my Xbox controller. So I play in a 10% and 9%. And the last setting, you want to make sure you have foot controller setting off. This setting adds input delay, meaning when you're looking around, it's going to add a little bit of a delay, meaning it's going to be not as consistent. You're going to be missing way more shots. So if you have this setting, definitely turn it off. I've been talking about that for a while, but if maybe you guys are a little bit newer to the channel, you want to make sure you have the foot controller setting off. I know some people have it on, but definitely have it off because it adds a little bit of input delay to your controller. So anyways, those are the best settings in my opinion for Exponential. After all the recent changes to aim assist, I think Epic will continue to make changes, meaning I probably will end up changing my settings little by little depending on what they do, because I think it's important to really understand exactly the changes that were made and to find out exactly what's the best route to take. Like for example, when I was mentioning earlier that they nerfed the close range aim assist, for me, I guess the best way to go about it would be to lower your sensitivity a little bit, because if they nerf aim assist, I think you should lower it a little bit, and if they buff aim assist, I think you might be able to raise your sensitivity a little bit. So you have to find the right balance, of course, and every person likes a different sensitivity, but I think it's a general rule of thumb, if they nerf aim assist for any sort of amount, you probably want to lower your sensitivity by a few points to kind of make up for that aim, because your aim isn't, or your aim assist isn't going to feel as pulley or going to feel as strong as it was before. So that's what I would recommend as far as the best exponential settings. I still play on linear settings because I feel like in my lobbies and how try hard they are, I feel like playing on linear settings give me that boost for building and editing that I really need. You can definitely be a very good builder on Exponential, but I feel like on linear you're able to have a little bit more options as far as building and editing, and that's why I continue to use linear settings. But I think Exponential is a very good option if you're a competitive player, if you're a player who likes to just focus on aim. You don't really care a ton about learning a ton of new high ground retakes, complicated retakes. You like the simple 90s, things like that. You just want to focus on aim or play competitive. I think Exponential settings are going to be the right settings for you. But with that being said, that's wrap up for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys liked it, hit that like button. Make sure you guys definitely subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Make sure you guys do slap on those notifications so you guys get notified for every single new video. And as well, I do live stream every single day here on this channel at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So if you guys haven't seen my live streams or just forgot when I stream, every single day here on this channel at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I play solos every day on stream. So definitely come out by my live streams. They're a ton of fun. But with that being said, that's wrap up for this video. Appreciate you guys watching the video, and alright guys, I'll see you next one.